This is Nightline.
Tonight, an American hero, an Army captain in Vietnam who made the ultimate sacrifice for the country he loved.
This one was the day that he was leaving. She's sad.
The first black officer to be awarded the nation's highest honor for valor.
President Johnson presented the Medal of Honor to the widow of Army Captain Riley Leroy Pitts. With Mrs. Pitts were her 2 children.
His voice silenced when his children were too young to remember. Now, hearing him speak for the first time in decades.
Face of operations.
I'm seeing more than I expected, and don't know that I was quite ready for that much. I told you I wasn't cry.
Plus, college bed parties. What's behind the latest social media trend for high school seniors?
My daughter was smiling ear to ear, and that's what this is about.
Ordinary bedrooms transformed into an explosion of school spirit.
It's all about the youth.
You might not believe what some parents are spending.
We're talking like 5K, 20K, 30K.
And the Piano Man, flooded with love after his shocking announcement, what his wife is saying today about his future.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Thanks for joining us on this Memorial Day as we honor the brave souls who died fighting for our country in the name of freedom. We remember one particular hero's family, the Pitts family from Oklahoma City. Though not related to my Nightline co-anchor Byron Pitts, he traveled to meet them to share a special memory. Tonight, 50 years since the end of the Vietnam War, we bring you a story of courage, bravery, love, and the son who didn't remember the sound of his father's voice until now.
We have so many pictures of them.
Look at that, Mom.
Tell me about this picture again.
He was in, boy, he's a good-looking guy. Look at that. Hollywood. Look at that, Mom.
To the American people, Captain Riley Leroy Pitts is a hero. A soldier who gave his life fighting in Vietnam.
We married the next year.
But his loved ones, wife Eula May, son Mark, and daughter Stacy, know the harsh and high price of that heroism.
What do we have here?
This is the Medal of Honor.
These other medals, what are these?
2 Purple Hearts, 1 Silver Star.
And you know, they don't give these things out for free.
No, they don't.
They don't. No, they don't.
They cost. They cost.
Yeah.
War cost their family everything. Their father's voice silenced nearly 6 decades ago, when they were too young to remember. But a moment on this day will change everything. Never before seen unearthed video of their father weeks before his death that they're going to see for the very first time.
Face of operations.
I'm seeing more than I expected, and don't know that I was quite ready for that much. I told you I wasn't cry.
Let's talk about Captain Riley Leroy Pitts. The last time you saw your father, you were 3 and you were 5.
Yep.
What do you remember about it?
My overwhelming sense is him always on the floor playing with us. That's what I remember most. And a deep, booming laugh. That's what I remember. I don't remember much else.
I don't remember what his voice sounds like. My memories of him are through the family.
Those family memories paint a picture of a tall, strapping, and motivated young man.
How would you describe your brother?
He was a very good person. He would interact with everybody.
And you? So tell me about this tall, handsome drink of water you married.
Okay. Well, he was tall and handsome.
Why did you love him?
You know, he was such an easy person to love. He was very warm and very open. He was very friendly.
Friendly and accomplished. Bachelor's degree, Wichita State, fluent in 2 languages. Left a job at Boeing to serve his country as an Army officer.
In the 1950s, to be a black man in college, when less than 10% of Americans were college educated, less than 3% of black people had a college degree, but yet this man achieved all that. That's remarkable.
He was good at people. He was smart, and so he was going to do well.
But doing well would prove no small feat. In a season, the 1960s, when America was seething, Jim Crow was king, America's divides were deep and dangerous. A war within, a war overseas. That would take the lives of millions of Vietnamese soldiers and civilians and more than 58,000 American service members.
This one was the day that he was leaving. She is, you can tell she is unhappy in this picture. She's sad.
His bravery leading the Wolfhounds of Charlie Company, 2nd Battalion, 27th Infantry in combat would earn him a Silver Star and 2 Purple Hearts. But then, just weeks before he was set to go home to be with his family on Thanksgiving.
October 31st, 1967. When did you hear? How did you hear? What had happened?
I was sitting in my kitchen. I looked up and there was a gentleman with the uniform on. And so I opened the door and he came in. Of course, he took his hat off. He said, I have some sad news for you. So of course, I knew what it was then. So he said, Captain Pitts, we've lost Captain Pitts.
Captain Pitts was killed by enemy fire. He was 30 years old.
I was broken up. My life was you kind of think your life is over.
I remember my dad and I was hugging and we were both crying. I had never seen my dad cry.
My grandfather was sitting in his car out in the driveway, and he looked at me and said, Marky, your daddy's dead. I said, my daddy's not dead. My dad is in Vietnam. But that's the way that you process things as, 3 or 4-year-old. It just didn't hit.
In a White House ceremony today, President Johnson presented the Medal of Honor to the widow of Army Captain Riley Leroy Pitts of Oklahoma City. The captain's widow, Mrs. Eula Pitts, received the medal from the president in a private ceremony today. With Mrs. Pitts were her 2 children. Mark is 5 years old. Stacy is 7.
The Medal of Honor is our country's highest award for bravery. Captain Pitts became the first black officer in American history to receive it.
What was that day like for you?
My husband was not there, so I'd have a hard time trying not to cry at the president. For me, I wanted him. These Medal of Honors and things, they were fine, but I wanted him. I didn't.
Yeah, can't hug a medal.
That's right.
Yeah. Can't laugh with a medal. Can't raise children with a medal.
No, that's true. Over at his mother and father.
Life went on for the Pitts family. Mark became a successful beverage executive, Stacy a university recruiter. They both have children who are about their father's age when he died. The years turned to decades, the memories turned to myths. Until one day, Mrs. Pitts sits down to watch TV.
The story started with my mother was watching the Ken Burns documentary on Muhammad Ali.
No, I will not go 10,000 miles to help or kill innocent people.
She calls me, I'm at a Tampa Bay Rays baseball game, and she starts telling me, hey, I just saw your dad, they interviewed him in this Muhammad Ali series, and you should try to find that. The crowd is screaming. I'm like, Muhammad Ali, Daddy, what are you, Mom, I'll call you back, okay.
That clip was a short blink and you'll miss it snippet of a camera crew in Vietnam talking to soldiers about Muhammad Ali's refusal to be drafted to fight in Vietnam. And one of those soldiers, Captain Riley Leroy Pitts.
Simply because Muhammad Ali has these beliefs, there's no reason why people should go against him. I think he is a great champion, and they should respect his beliefs. That's why I'm here right now.
I Google Ken Burns' organization online. I send an email.
That footage, it turned out, came from the vast depths of the ABC News archives.
Look at you.
Good to see you. I'm very well.
Well, I got an email from Mark Pitts, Captain Pitts' son. We have seen this interview with him. Do you think there's any more to it with that? But then he said something that really just blew me away. He said, it's the first time my sister and I have ever heard our father's voice as an adult. I just felt like if this is in this library, I'm going to find it.
Searching through tapes that have been sitting unused and unseen for decades, ABC's Anthony Perrone makes a discovery that will change the lives of the Pitts family for generations to come. And we travel to Oklahoma City to bring it to them.
And so it worked out that your son contacted someone at ABC. So he found the original sequence of interviews, but he also found some other stuff.
BC caches, BC themselves, if they're still here.
What kind of a mission are we on now?
This is called a search and destroy mission. It's a very
What
slow,
we'd find deep in the archives, more than 40 minutes of unaired footage of Captain Pitts and his men fighting in Vietnam, filmed just weeks before his death.
He's a good-looking guy.
Well, I've heard that all my life. I'm watching his mannerisms, and that's the first time I would obviously remember his facial expressions, his body language.
A beautiful smile.
Yeah, he did. That's now kind of my memory now. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't have much more other than that to remember.
Every member of the Pitts family teared up as they watched, and so did everyone else in the room.
So we have one more to show you. Because he made such an impression on the team from ABC News, they went back again and they interviewed his soldiers who were with him when he died.
Leroy Pitts was more than an inspiration and a leader of his men. He was a man among men.
He was a very inspired man. He did a lot for the morale of the company.
Without his leadership, everybody would have completely fell apart.
Their words confirm the clarity of war. In a foxhole, there is no class, no color, no bitter divides.
You have the soldiers who served under your husband, under your dad. Some of them white, some of them with Southern accents, who I can't imagine ever had a relationship with a black man where they were subordinate to him back at home.
Clearly the respect that they had for him and the appreciation for his leadership, and it's probably more personal than it is anything that I saw in the video.
The Pitts family had only hoped for a few seconds for their archives. Instead, they found a sermon for us all.
This is Charlie Sickler.
I'm seeing more than I expected, and don't know that I was quite ready for that much. I told you I wasn't
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lot more than that little 15 seconds that we saw. I mean,
yeah.
It's a whole lot more.
I just know that that I missed out on something special. I mean, I really do. And those men substantiated it.
We shared the videos with relatives and friends. I will never forget the reaction of Captain Pitts' 89-year-old sister, Irma Jean.
Rice caches, ammunition, all sorts of things, and information.
Rarely have I ever seen anyone stare at a screen as intensely as I just saw you staring at the interview of your brother. Why?
It made me feel close to him.
Your eyes lit up as you watched.
That was my buddy.
The buddy who became a soldier, who became a hero to his family and his nation.
What's the stronger force for you? The gift that you were given or all that you lost?
The gift that I was given is by far.
Yeah.
You smile like your dad.
Well, because we're both very pretty.
Captain Pitts' memory, his legacy will live on, memorialized in the new Medal of Honor Museum outside Dallas. But his love will live deep in the bones of his bloodline till the end of time.
There literally are tens of thousands of young men who died, who did very brave things that never, ever have their names called. So we want to make sure that we continue to honor them, and through my father's service, that it wasn't in vain.
Our thanks to Byron. When we come back, what do you do to celebrate the high school senior who just got into their dream school? We'll tell you about the sensation that's taking a hold around the country. If you or anyone you know has a college-bound senior in your life, you may already be familiar with the trend of celebrating their acceptance with a college bed party. Be warned, it's going to cost you. Here's ABC's Ashin Singh.
Oh my God. Wow. This is great.
Caroline Alberta, a high school senior from New Jersey, is in disbelief walking into her very own bed party.
This is awesome.
to celebrate her acceptance into the University of Miami.
This is like insane with the balloons and all the inflatables. This is like more than what I normally see online.
We've been very excited that Caroline got into the school she wanted to go to, and this is a perfect way to celebrate.
It's the latest trend. Proud parents decking out their kids' rooms after they're admitted into their dream school, some spending thousands of dollars.
As we know, kids at this age love social media, and if it is TikTok worthy, Instagram worthy, whatever it may be, they want to do it.
These bed parties recently exploding on social media.
It's all about the you. It's all about the you.
Oh my God, it looks so good. Last night's bed party was just amazing. It was everything I hoped it would be. And honestly, my daughter was smiling ear to ear, and that's what this is about.
Even Real Housewives stars Heather Dubrow and Teresa Giudice going all out on their daughter's rooms.
You guys hungry?
I have the biggest sweet tooth. Event planner Tara Eden-Viskovich is used to pulling out all the stops for weddings, baby showers, and even corporate events. After her daughter Emily was accepted into college, she threw her a bed party.
It's a way to show you're proud of them, and it's a great way to celebrate them. My daughter was away and was coming home in 2 days, so I was like, I have to do this now.
Oh, so you planned it completely surprised, and she never asked for it?
I don't even know if she had heard of it before.
Okay.
And when she came home, she was completely surprised.
Once these pictures hit social media, her phone started ringing.
What's the most you think someone would ask you to spend, rather?
I mean, it could go anywhere.
We're talking like 5K, 20K, 30K?
I would say up to 20K.
20K?
Yeah.
While some spend a small fortune, Tara says you don't have to.
Your kid wants to come home and see their college name in their room.
Right.
So merchandise. And then shop Amazon, shop wherever to get school colors. You can go to the dollar store and get the right school spirit colors.
If you have the money to invest in this and also the money to send them away to college, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. But I also understand parents that may look an eye roll at the parents and the families that do. I think that both things can live in the world together at the same time.
They're fun to do. It's really rewarding to see like people's faces when they walk in the door and they're surprised. And I think for the parents, it's a great way for them to celebrate the milestones.
Our thanks to Ashin. When we come back, Billy Joel riding a wave of love following last week's health announcement from the Just the Way You Are singer.
I want you just the way you are.
And finally tonight, Billy Joel's wife speaking out after the music legend revealed a major health scare, forcing him to cancel all his concerts.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in.
The Piano Man sharing Friday he's fighting a condition which leads to a fluid buildup in the brain. Today, thanking fans for their kindness. On Instagram, Joel's wife Alexis writing, "Thank you for the outpouring of love and support," adding, "We look forward to seeing you all in the future." We wish him a full recovery. That's Nightline. See you right back here tomorrow, same time. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.